The bliss of nirvana is an unconditional state of mind. There is no any condition for the bliss of nirvana. That means it is beyond causation. The bliss of nirvana is not the result of any cause. And it is not under the condition of a particular place. That means the bliss of nirvana is beyond space, the limitations or boundaries of space. And also that bliss, we cannot say the nirvana bliss is available in such and such a time, in the morning, in the evening, or under such conditions. Therefore, it is beyond the limitation of conditions with regard to the time. That is, it is beyond time. That is called akaliko. The bliss of nirvana has no particular time, because there is no birth, decay and death in nirvana, the basic quality. The time functions only when there is a birth, decay and death of nirvana. It is ajata, as said in the Tatya Nibbana Sutta. It is not born. It is not an event, not a happening. An event, an happening, an incident takes time and takes a space. It is akata. To do, you take time. There is no doing. It is not something that somebody has done, the bliss. Asankatang. It is not composed of things that are available. Not an organization of, not the result of organizing certain things that are available. Not composed of things available. Therefore, it is perfectly unconditional. If it is unconditional, no condition can cause its destruction. It has no birth, no decay, and no destruction. We can destroy things, we can degenerate things that are generated. Nirvana is not generated. It is an inborn intrinsic bliss in us, hidden in us. Such a thing we cannot buy for money, nor can we borrow, nor can we give it to somebody. Even a Buddha cannot give us nirvana. If you could have given nirvana to the people of his time, all the people who lived during the time of Buddha could have got enlightened and realized nirvana. That's a unique state of mind, confined to one state of mind, but not under any condition. That is why it is said in the Mahamangala Sutta that bliss of nirvana cannot be disturbed or perturbed by any condition, unconditional. Puttasya loka dhamme chittangasana kampati. That blissful state of mind called nirvana, the bliss of nirvana, is not perturbed by worldly vicissitude, worldly changes, worldly events, worldly causes. In the same way that the bliss of nirvana can be caused by something, nor can it be caused to be extinct or destroyed or degenerated by certain conditions. There is a unique state of mind, unique state of a blissful mind. Buddha referred to this state of mind in all his discourses, and for example, when the richest person of his time, the treasurer Anathapindika, asked the Buddha to preach something that could be applicable to ordinary people who are not enlightened. Buddha gave a discourse called Ananasukha, not in depth to, there is a verbal meaning, not in depth to others. It's a bliss to be not in debt to others, to banks or to people, or not under obligation to anybody, generally speaking. When you are blissful by nirvana, you are not under obligation to anybody. Even the disciples of the Buddha are not under obligation to Buddha for their bliss of nirvana. Because Buddha did not give that bliss, they discovered it within themselves. They are the discoverers of the bliss of nirvana that is hidden within oneself. Therefore, once we get enlightened, we are not under obligation or in debt to the Buddha for our enlightenment. It means the teaching of the Buddha cannot make one enlightened. It is true that millions of people who listen to the Buddha got enlightened by listening to him. But that is not the cause of the discourse. It is something inborn, intrinsic, which is wrong to say inborn. It got opened up automatically. Now, Buddha himself tried to be enlightened and realized nirvana for nearly 7 years. Under certain teachers, he couldn't. But suddenly, all of a sudden, unexpectedly, he got enlightened. So many others got enlightened unexpectedly in unexpected moments. That is why nirvana is said to be akatha, it cannot be done. It is not an event, but it is a manifestation, it is a phenomenon beyond the descriptions in worldly terms. In the Ananasutta, that discourse I referred to, it comes in on page 130 in the volume 2 of Anguttara Nikaya. Buddha referred to 4 states of bliss applicable to the ordinary people who are unenlightened. Because the bliss of nirvana is applicable only to the enlightened ones. But this sutta, is, as in all other sutras, there is an indirect reference or indication of the nirvana. But every discourse of Buddha was meant for enlightenment, for the realization of nirvana. And even Ananasutta is for that. Therefore, although its world or direct meaning is with regard to the bliss applicable to ordinary people who are enlightened, it is also indirectly applicable to all those who are enlightened. The 4 types of bliss that the Buddha referred to in the sutra applicable to the ordinary people are called Attisukha, Bhogasukha, Ananasukha, Anavajyasukha. Attisukha means the bliss that is available. In the ordinary sense, if you have what you want, that is atti, available. When things are available, when things of your desires are available, when things that are pleasurable are available, that is itself a bliss. And it can be bliss only if it can be enjoyed. That means bhoga sukha, enjoying the bliss. You may have wealth, but you may not enjoy them. You may put them in the bag. You may hide them in treasures. You may not use them. Wealth that you have can be enjoyed by using them. Using and enjoying is called bhoga sukha. Anna sukha means it should be borrowed from other people. It should be yours. You should not be in debt. When you are in debt to others, your mind is not blissful. Anavajya sukha. You may enjoy any bliss, but it should not be harmful to you or to anybody else. Now, for example, alcoholism, harmful to yourself. Drugs, harmful to yourself. Gambling, it can be harmful to yourself. Anavajya, any bliss that is not harmful either to yourself or to others is a bliss. But this also applicable not only to the worldly types of bliss, but the non-worldly, that is called lokottara, supramundane bliss called nirvana. Supreme bliss called nirvana. It is supreme because it is not born, it is not decaying, and it is not dying, coming to an end. It is not degenerated, it is not generated, and therefore can be degenerated. That means nirvana, the bliss of nirvana, is an eternal phenomenon in everybody of us. The nirvana, the bliss of nirvana, that we realize one day, is not a new state. It is our original nature. It is our original state of mind. The bliss of nirvana is the bliss of our original state of mind. Our mind is free from bliss because of our thinking. Because the content of the mind, thinking and feeling, motion of the mind. Mind is filled with a lot of mental images. They cover that original bliss that even a Buddha cannot give to you, nor that you can borrow it. And that bliss is not perturbed, as I mentioned, by worldly institutes, as in said Mangala Sutra, Puttasa loka dhamme chittang asana kampati. Asokang, free from worries, free from mental suffering. Virajang, free from any blemish. Anavajya sukha, blameless bliss, free from any fault. Even a gem may have a fault, but this is a faultless gem of your mind, without any blemish in your mind. You can realize the nirvana not under any condition. There is no particular condition under which one can get enlightened. One can get enlightened under any condition. Number of Buddha's disciples got enlightened by cutting down by committing suicide. There is a story written by enlightened female disciple called in one of the Therigathas, Siha Theri. She got enlightened when she was about to commit suicide, hanging herself, when he was about to tighten the rope into her neck, tightened with a rope, she got enlightened. There's another theory, lady Arahant who got enlightened, Patachara. When she blew off the lamp at night, she got enlightened. And Buddha's great closest disciple, Reverend Ananda, got enlightened when he was sitting on the bed and was trying to lie down. Even before lying down, got enlightened. A number of, as I mentioned earlier, disciples got enlightened at the last moment of passing away, at the last breath. The story regarding an enlightened man called Godhika. He got enlightened at the last breath. The story is given in the Dhammapada Katha regarding the Godhika. Reverend Vakkali, by cutting down the neck, got enlightened. Reverend Channa, another, got enlightened by cutting down the neck. Therefore, there is no particular conditions under which, a set condition under which you can get enlightened. Conditions are there on the path to enlightenment. The progress in the path to enlightenment is dependent on conditions, but not the enlightenment. It can be caused. It is not the effect of any cause. It is causeless. Therefore, nirvana cannot be sold, nor can it be bought, nor can it be borrowed from somebody. That is what is meant by Anana Sutta that I referred to earlier. When enlightened, you are not in doubt for enlightenment. But for showing the path to enlightenment, you may be obliged to the Buddha or some disciple or some holy person. But not for enlightenment. Because enlightenment is not the result of reading books or listening to lectures on nirvana. If reading can be the cause of enlightenment, all the professors of Buddhism, professors of Pali, could have got enlightened. It's not the literature, it is not the teaching of the Buddha that enlightens you. By this statement, I am not underrating or underestimating the service of the Buddha. They are useful not at the enlightenment, but on the path to enlightenment, or in the path to enlightenment. In the Alagadupam Sutta, Buddha said, my teaching should be used as a boat to cross. But once you got enlightened, drop that boat. You don't carry it on your head or soldier. It has been dropped. It is only by dropping the teaching of the Buddha that one can enlighten. Why? As long as you are attached to the Buddha's teaching, the books, lectures, they give us certain mental images, mental forms. Enlightenment, the nirvana, bliss of nirvana is not a mental image. It is not a Dhamma. It is the ultimate reality. This does not mean that we should not learn Buddha's teaching or listen to the talks on Buddha's teaching. They are very useful. Without that, you can't travel perfectly along the path to nirvana. At least you must have a map to travel. The teaching of the Buddha has given you the map. But that map is not the particular place. You can get the map of any area, any country, any locality, any road. But that is not the road. It is only a map. Therefore, teaching of the Buddha in a recorded form or in a verbal form or in a written form is only a map, but not the real nirvana that the Buddha spoke of. That real nirvana is in us. And as I mentioned, we cannot borrow it. We cannot beg for it. Nirvana. The Bible says, as the servant of the mountain, Jesus Christ said, knock, the door will be open to you. Ask, you will receive. But here, by asking, by begging, by knocking at the door, by seeking, seek, you will receive. You can't seek nirvana. Nirvana is nowhere else but within yourself. That is, enlightenment is becoming yourself. Your real nature is the bliss of nirvana. All suffering that you experience is a covering for the nirvana. Below the covering, once you penetrate that covering through your inside, you'll realize the eternal bliss of nirvana in you, which you need not buy or borrow or beg from somebody or seek somewhere else. It is an unconditional bliss, not under any condition. There is no condition for the bliss. There are conditions for enlightenment. That is, in the path of the enlightenment, under certain condition you can reach a certain stage, and in another condition, another stage, and so on. But at the enlightenment, after enlightenment, the bliss is unconditional, eternal, indestructible, immutable, beyond all boundaries of time, space, and causation.